What is up, beach bums? I've got a fishing trip today, and we just had a massive cold front come through. The fishing's been good. It was really good last week, but I have a feeling it's going to be tougher today. With that cold front, something that's just been on my mind this morning. Yesterday, there were some massive, very destructive tornadoes that came through. It's about 3 hours north of where we're located. Right now, as I'm doing this video, I think the death toll is up to 23. So just very, very unfortunate news to hear, and a lot of those were children. And so just kind of heavy on my heart today. If you get a moment, just say a prayer for those families. Man, I just can't imagine what they're going through right now. So, you know, it just puts things in perspective. You know, when we have these weather systems come through, obviously there's inconveniences, but you know, just knowing what other people will have to deal with, that's real, that's true destruction, just really puts things in perspective. So I've been praying for them this morning. I asked that you guys would join me in doing that as well. But on the fishing front today, hopefully we can get into some whiting. They've been biting pretty good last week, but again, this cold front, don't know how they're going to react. Looking for pompano. They've been coming through, been catching some small ones, but hopefully we can get into some keeper size ones real soon. I'm going to try to pump some ghost shrimp, but of course I always want to have a backup plan. Going to get some fresh dead shrimp here if I can, so that we have that. The whiting been biting that fine, the pompano not as much. These look pretty good right here. These were probably frozen, but they still look good. You see like all the black on this one. I try to avoid that if I can. You know, this will still work, but it's better if you can get kind of the fresher stuff that's got still kind of more of the natural color to it. Water clarity looks fantastic, and the water feels warm because the air is so cold. And we got a lot of mounds out here. Yes, so should be able to get some shrimp. We're gonna start pumping, baby. Oh, here's one. We pumped one that's floating around over here. Here we go. There she blows. Nice little ghost shrimp. Good way to start. Conditions are making it easy on me today. I've already got like 5 of them. It's definitely not easy pumping them in the surf, because even on a calm day, when these waves wash through, you know, you get all this white water and then you can't see what you're doing. It's pretty clear today, so this is definitely the best way to do it. There's one. There we go. Yep, little male. Art is on his way over, so we're gonna go ahead and start rigging up one of these ghost shrimp. And I'm gonna show you how I hook it. Obviously, ghost shrimp do not stay on the hook very well, so you gotta be a little strategic about how you do this. I've got some thread I'm gonna use here in just a second, but first, I just thread it through the tail. That's how I hook it on to my circle hook. And I just thread that through as best I can, all the way through the tail. Okay, so now that ghost shrimp is on there, but now that would just fly right off. And a lot of times when you cast, this body and head part come off anyway, because that's just like snot almost. You've got this stuff called magic thread. It's like elastic, and you just wrap it around the bait and the hook just to keep it on there. And I go ahead and wrap it around the body as well, even the part that's not on the hook, just to try to kind of make like a little netting to try to hold it together if I can. Because, you know, when we sling this bait out there, you know, it's probably going to come off, part of that anyway. But as long as we can keep some of that on the hook, that's fine. Just a piece of it is really all you need. But I just wrap it around a bunch try to get it on there real secure. And then all you do is you just break that thread real easy, and there we go. We got our bait on. That usually stays on pretty good, but again, we may lose some of that body. That's okay. We'll still have the tail on there, and that'll still get some pretty good scent and a good piece of bait. So let's see if we can make it happen. Going reel. We got slack on it. I don't know if he's on there or not. He might just swim in, just reel. Going reel. That might just be the weight. Go ahead and stop for just a second. Yeah. Let it sit for just a second and see if we'll come back for it. Oh. Think it's on now? Oh yeah, oh, it's fighting. A little fight to him. There it is. Yeah. We got him. This is our first fish on the ghost shrimp. It's gonna be a slow day today, but it's good to have these ghost shrimp. They definitely produce fish. Getting a little sideways. Might be a little pompano. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a little pomp. Little pomp. Maybe he's 12. There we go. No, he's not gonna make 12. But first fish of the day on the ghost shrimp. There we go. At least we know there's fish here. That's mainly what we've been catching lately, these little guys. The big ones haven't quite moved in good yet, but hey, we're still catching them. That's good. Maybe we get a legal one here this afternoon, but chalk one up for the ghost shrimp. I do have shrimp and fish bites out on a couple of rigs, and they haven't been touched yet, so we'll see. Hey, there we go. Well, Art and Debbie are moving on. It is definitely slow, which we anticipated. We got that one pompano on the ghost shrimp, but they're gonna walk back and head on. I think I'm gonna wait it out a little bit and see if I can luck into a pompano. I would love to see if these ghost shrimp will produce on a tough day like this, when you just know not a lot's happening. I've backed it down to just 2 rods since it's just me now. Both of them have only ghost shrimp on them. We're gonna give it just a little bit longer, see if we can get a pop or anything. Just so you know what I had out there before, on these 2 steelhead rods, I had pieces of fresh dead shrimp, like just shrimp on there, nothing else, no fish bites. And this one I had a piece of shrimp and fish bites on it, and these never got a sniff for well over maybe close to 2 hours. We got 2 bites. We caught 1 fish. Both of those bites were on ghost shrimp. We're out here again. I've got Gary with me. He's hardcore. He's from Michigan, so the cold weather doesn't bother him. But for our spread today, what we've got, I've got just pieces of dead shrimp on these 2. We've got a sand flea fish bite in our middle rig, and then our 2 down at the end, we've got ghost shrimp. All 3 of those are out pretty far. These are just right on the bar. Again, expecting another slow day today, but hopefully we can get a pompano or 2 coming through. That's the goal here. Water's very clear, looks beautiful. It's flat as all get out. And we got a decent north wind, probably about 10 to 15 blowing at our back. So we'll see what we can make happen. Something was getting it. See if it'll. Well, if you are ever curious as to what fishing after a cold front high pressure system is like,
We've just experienced it.
This is it right here. Me and Gary, we're just hanging out. We're chilling, man. We've been sitting here. I just checked the clock. I think we've had baits in for a little over 2 hours now. We've had 2 bites, but that's it. You know it's bad when you're reeling in, when you check your baits and you reel in ghost shrimp. Still on the hook. That's a bad sign. That is a bad sign.
Well, that was a tough couple of days. To be expected, but still, you know, would much rather be catching fish. That's way more fun. Last week, again, like the overall outlook of fishing right now in our area is good. Like last week was great. The patterns were great, right where we needed to be. We were catching pompano, starting to get like 2 and 3 a trip. Not very many keepers. I think we only caught 2 keepers and tons of whiting. We were catching anywhere from 20 to 50 a trip. Now we don't keep that many. We only keep about 10 per person and try to regulate ourselves a little bit there. But still, like, the fishing is good. But when you get these cold fronts in the springtime and you know, in the winter time, late fall, this was the same pattern. Like you'd get like 3 days of just junk. So tomorrow's probably going to be about the same. I might I have a trip, but I might end up saying, hey, let's go another time, just because it ain't gonna look good, and I might go fishing for myself just to see what I can wrangle up. But that's what fishing's like in a cold front. It's tough. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Hope you found some tips. I tried to show you some things that I do that will be helpful information to you, even though we didn't catch a lot of fish. So hopefully that helps. And as always, you stay bummy.
Thank you.